Hi, my name is Jenn Currie. I'm on the board of directors for Chance Shelter of Surprise. Been with them for about 5 years, and I also help teach the community and our volunteers pet safety and awareness. Today, we're going to focus on heat-related issues. As temperature rises here, it's important to think about what our pets might need because they're not the same as humans. In a lot of ways they are, but when it comes to heat-related illnesses, the signs and symptoms are similar, but they have different needs, such as, your dog likes to pant. I'm going to focus on dogs right now. Your dog pants a lot, and if you're seeing excessive panting, drooling, or even lack of drooling, that could be a sign they're getting too hot. They release their heat through their panting. They don't sweat like humans. They do sweat tiny bit through their paws and the pads of their feet, but not very much. And that's why it's also important to make sure we protect those paws when we go outside and they're walking on a hot asphalt, for instance. Probably not a good idea when it gets above 100 degrees. Also, you can touch your hand to the ground, the back of your hand, touch it to the ground. If it's too hot, then it's not good for the pads of the feet. I know a lot of trails do not allow dogs on the trails if it's 100 degrees or higher. That's because usually it's 20, maybe even 30 degrees higher down at that level of the ground. It's hotter down there because it's radiant heat coming from the earth. So we have to keep those things in mind as well. If you do go hiking, and it is allowed, make sure you bring extra water for not only yourself, but your animal. I know I love to take my dog wherever I go. However, I like to plan ahead and think to myself, is this the best situation for my dog? For instance, if I'm going to go to Walmart, even if I have 2 sets of keys and I know I'm going to have my keys, my dog in the car, with the air conditioning on, not a good idea because number one, a lot of cities and communities have ordinances against this type of thing. There's a reason for that. There have been cases where the owner went in, had some kind of medical emergency, ambulances took them to the hospital, they don't even know the dog is out there, and it's a bad consequence in the end. We don't want to have that happen. So even if you think, I've got the air conditioning running, my dog's fine, there are some laws against that because of what I just mentioned. So be prepared. Also, what if you get in a car accident? What's going to happen to your dog if you're driving around and you have to go to the hospital? So if you can leave your dog at home, probably a better thing to do. However, if you're planning an outing with your dog, just keep some things in mind. The car gets hot really fast. Even if you have the windows down, they're not going to be able to handle the heat. One suggestion, go out ahead of time, sit in the car by yourself, however you think you're going to have the windows down and all that. See how long you can last and be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, probably not a good idea to bring your dog. So if your dog loves to be outdoors, I know my Weimaraner loves the sunshine and will go out and sun himself. However, I gotta keep watching him, make sure he knows when to come in. Most of the time they do. But it's a good idea to check on them regularly. If you have an opportunity to have a doggy door so they can come in when it gets too hot, that is perfect. If you've ever had a dog door, you know that your dog sometimes carries things inside and out, and they might drop it in the middle part and then not be able to use the doggy door. So I've had that happen with my dogs. They get stuck outside or inside. So it's a good idea to always have plenty of water in many places for your dog. So like one of those self-watering ones, keep it fresh, keep it cool. Also, if you're ever gonna cool your dog down, if you think they need that evaporative cooling and you're gonna use the hose, please make sure that you run the hose for a while because it'll be really hot water in there at first. So you gotta make sure that's cool and not hot water that you're adding to the problem. Thank you for listening today, and if you have any questions or comments, concerns, any interest in the pet CPR first aid class that we offer through Chance Shelter of Surprise, feel free to contact me. Go to chanceshelter.org.